Bobby, the beloved manager of the HUNTR X girls, is 100% gonna become a demon in the Kpop Demon Hunters 2 movie. And this is not just some edgy fanfic nonsense. There is a narrative logic behind this, and you have to listen to it. Of course, if you've seen the already released animated movie of Kpop Demon Hunters, produced by Sonic Animation and distributed by Netflix, you know the story centers around a fierce all-girl K-pop group named HUNTR X, who live really different lives, double lives as demon slayers. By day, they're idols, and by the night, they're literally saving the South Korean capital from the supernatural evil demons. But one of the most unexpectedly important characters in the entire setup is the manager, Bobby. We all love Bobby. When we saw the first movie, we all fell in love with him because he's not a fighter, he's not a hunter, he doesn't wield swords or cast spells, he's just the guy behind the scenes gluing everything together, and the one who actually holds the group together, because we also know that the girls also sometimes have some trouble between them, and he's the one who solves it all and makes the group stay together. But the question is, will this be the case in the second movie? Voiced by the legendary Kan Ji-young, Bobby is the group's overworked, underpaid manager slash PR guy. He gets 3% of the profits, gets no sleep whatsoever, and deals with PR disasters while the girls are just busy slashing demons left and right. So the main question arises, why would someone like Bobby become a demon? It doesn't make any sense. Well, because he's the perfect candidate for a tragic transformation that we're most probably gonna see in the second movie. He's not gonna be the only one, of course. He's not gonna be the focus of the movie, of course, but he is gonna be a part of it most of the time. But it really makes sense that they're opening the door for Bobby to become a demon, because as we know, switching from the human side to the demon side is not always consensual. It really doesn't make any sense for Bobby to consensually become a demon, but we're probably gonna see some sort of events that really cause him to go to the other side. He's gonna be possessed, he's gonna be intertwined with the new villain, and the most important part of it all is that the next villain in the Kpop Demon Hunters 2 movie is gonna wanna attack the emotional and pure side of the Kpop Demon Hunter girls. And this side, of course, is Bobby. So that's exactly what we're gonna be taking a look at today. Why Bobby is definitely gonna become the next demon of the Kpop Demon Hunters movie. Although he might return back to being a human, that's what makes the most sense. So without further ado, let's get into the theory of why he would become the next demon. Let's get right into it, guys. So now that we've set the stage and we know who Bobby is, we're gonna be talking about a character who starts off as a comic relief, a stressed out manager holding the group together with caffeine and sheer willpower. But in Kpop Demon Hunters 2, Bobby's arc could take a sharp turn, not just for shock value, but to fuel the emotional and mythological evolution of the story itself. In the first film, Bobby plays the role of an overworked manager, more dad energy than Demon Hunter. He doesn't fight, he doesn't train, and he handles press conferences, wardrobe malfunctions, and the logistics of managing an idol group in South Korea, which is pretty difficult to say the least. But even in the comedy of it all, the seeds of something darker are already planned, and they're shown in this movie. Bobby gets no recognition from the public at all, he gets no respect from the industry, and most importantly, he gets no control over whether people he cares about live or pass away. So in Kpop Demon Hunters 2, we open on a world that's darker than before. The demons are evolving. We have to understand this to a whole new level. They're targeting crowds, concert venues, fan gatherings, and the lines between performance and battle are collapsing. They can no longer hide behind the facade of being just a K-pop idol group. Now everything has been revealed because the demons themselves have learned because of what happened in the first movie. And the HUNTR X group, they're burning out to the next level. One of them gets badly injured, probably on a mission, or worst, possessed temporarily by a demon. This shakes the group, but it breaks Bobby to a whole new level. Now imagine this, a demon, maybe a new antagonist, maybe someone ancient, doesn't try to eliminate Bobby, they try to recruit him. They offer him one thing he has never had. Power. Power to protect, power to control outcomes, power to never feel helpless again. And you may be asking, well, Bobby doesn't seem this kind of person in the first movie. Well, you have to understand that being possessed by demons means exactly that. You lose yourself and you're not yourself anymore. So once he's gonna be possessed by these demons, he's not gonna be the same Bobby that we saw in the first movie, and we're gonna see at the beginning of the second movie as well. We're gonna see these struggles of him not being recognized portrayed to a whole new level, and these are gonna be taken advantage of himself by these demons to turn him into a completely different person to be able to break the group from within. He's gonna be an insider man. He's gonna be like a spy on a mission to break up the HUNTR X group. We probably are not gonna see this happen because they're gonna recognize it and try to save Bobby, their best manager of course. But here's the thing, Bobby doesn't become just another hell beast. He becomes something new that we haven't seen before in the first movie. A hybrid. A demon-possessed human who still holds on to a lot of his memories, his emotions, and especially his motivations, but with corrupted power surging through him. So we're most probably gonna see him, but everything is gonna be distorted when it comes to his personality. His voice is gonna become commanding, his energy feeds off of crowds, and he can manipulate fear, loyalty, and even fandom. And of course, where is he gonna get the fandom? He's gonna get it from HUNTR X. His mission is gonna be to protect HUNTR X by removing their agency and pulling them from the fight permanently. This then sets up one of the most powerful conflicts that we're gonna see in this sequel. It's not demon versus hunter anymore, it's family versus family. The HUNTR X are gonna be forced to face someone they love, someone who once protected them in the first movie and now threatens to destroy them in the name of saving them. And the audience, well, their audience is gonna be torn apart by these two sides, of course, because deep down, we get it, Bobby didn't turn evil, he broke, and the system, the fame, the secrecy, the danger, and the possessing of the demons let this all happen. It's not truly him, but they have to fight him anyways, even if they don't want to. He becomes a tragic villain that we didn't want to see, but the powerful villain he truly becomes. In the final act, the probable endgame is gonna be him in the climax. Bobby could be redeemed, but only through sacrifice, just like we saw with Genu at the end of the first movie. Maybe he regains control long enough to shield the girls from the true final boss, or maybe he begs them to end it before the demon fully consumes him. Or maybe he wins, we will see in the second movie. But he becomes the new ruler of the underworld, not out of ambition, but because no one else was willing to carry the burden after the final boss is gonna be defeated by the girls, and then he does it for them. So there are two options here, whether he becomes a good person in the end, or whether he becomes actually more evil. There are two versions of the theory. The one that makes the most sense according to the first movie and in line with all Netflix releases, we know that probably he's gonna redeem himself in the end, and he's gonna try to save them. He's gonna finally wake up from the spell of the demons and possibly redeem himself with a very powerful ending scene. So Bobby's transformation in the Kpop Demon Hunters 2 movie wouldn't just be a cold twist, it would be a deeply emotional, character-driven arc that elevates the story into something way bigger than we've seen before. A story about love, fear, sacrifice, and the weight of watching over the people you care about becoming consumed by something that you really don't know much about and turning into something way more evil than you ever thought of. The person you saw with good eyes, the kind person, is turning into an incredible version of himself that you never thought was possible to see in him. And maybe that's the point. And of course, if this happens on screen, it will break us and it will make us shed some tears for Bobby, because he's definitely one of the best characters in the movie and one of the kindest. So what do you guys think? Do you think that the director is gonna play with Bobby and make him turn into the next demon in the Kpop Demon Hunters 2 movie? Because according to many things and how the sequel is gonna transform in the second movie, it is a very, very big possibility that Bobby will transform into a demon one way or another. Whether he becomes a person again is another completely different matter. But the fact that he will become a demon, I think is very certain.